What's going on, everyone? So Anthony Davis is going to miss at least a week. Um, don't expect him to be back in a week. More likely than not, he is going to miss probably a few weeks because one, Anthony Davis, by the time he's looked to be reevaluated, we'll be right around the corner from All Star weekend where he'll get some rest, he'll get a break, he'll get like a week off, right? So I would imagine that the Lakers take their time in bringing him back and kind of get into that, and we won't see him back for a couple weeks. Also, you got to keep in mind, just in general, right? Being reevaluated in a week doesn't necessarily mean he's returning in a week. That's just what they're going to reevaluate and check. Question is like, okay, let's say it's a week, let's say it's 2 weeks, it doesn't matter. Point is, like, Lakers need a center. Lakers need somebody that can step in and play a role. Jackson Hayes isn't going to fix that. Christian Koloko, I like him, but him as your like primary center in place of Anthony Davis, probably not ideal. Trey Jamison talked about how he should get some looks, he should get some reps. He's a guy that I think could make an impact on this Lakers team. He's 6'11", 270, but again, how skilled is he, right? This is a guy that, isn't like this huge acquisition, right? So unless they're able to pull off some trade or some type of move, right? Like what other direction do the Lakers go? Now, there are conflicting reports because there are reports that have came out that say basically Lakers Anthony Davis's injury wasn't significant enough to force the Lakers to push for a trade. Now that very well could be smoke screen kind of negotiation tactic, right? Like, hey, look, AD's he's not missing any significant time. He's fine. He's gonna be okay. So we're not in the market to sell the farm for a center type thing, right? Like that could very well be just what it is. I hope that, like, regardless, I think you should get some type of center. Obviously, Miles Turner, guys like that. But then there's other reports that are like, no, like this has actually motivated the Lakers even more to try to go and acquire and trade for a center. That to me kind of makes a little more sense. And like even Jovan Buha even recently talked about how Anthony Davis, like this new injury, is kind of motivated the Lakers to push for a center. That they're more active for a center now than even before. And they were still pretty active for a center, right? Like, if you're the Lakers, obviously, Miles Turner is the guy that myself and most Laker fans want. He's the guy that, basically gives you a lot of what this team needs, right? Size, physicality, interior presence, defense, rim protection, floor spacing, a guy that can, knock down shots. Rebounding, he's not like this like elite rebounder. He's not a terrible rebounder, but he's not a great rebounder either, right? But he's good enough, right? Especially slotted alongside Anthony Davis, and what he can provide. Miles Turner can just do a lot out there for the Lakers. As far as just the versatility on both sides of the basketball, Walker Kessler would be ideal, but it seems like that's a no-go. Supposedly, they want more than 2 first-round picks for Walker Kessler, that the Lakers have offered to maybe give up both first, but even then, they're like, no, not enough. It's just, it's ridiculous, right? Like, Kessler's good defensively, but he's still a project. He's still somebody with some upside. And, if you have to give up, connect 2 first plus remove protections, all that for center, I mean, you might as well just give up both first and go get Miles Turner, and then you can keep connecting everyone else, right? Like, because Indiana's fear is that they're going to lose him, and they don't really want to pay him and give him an extension. So Miles Turner could potentially be an option. He could be a guy that Lakers look to add. Nikola Vucevic, I'm still not against. I still like Chicago as like kind of the hub to get some deals done, right? Like, Chicago has several key pieces from vets and wings and guards and centers, right? Like, you got a little bit of everything on Chicago that could help the Lakers. Again, obviously, like a Nikola Vucevic. Can you get an Io, a Torrey Craig, Chris Dort, right? Like, there's a lot of guys on the Chicago Bulls that make sense. Even some younger guys, some younger athleticism, and some younger wings. If the Lakers can pull something off to where you could get kind of one of those premier centers, right? Yeah, so like, obviously, again, Miles Turner is the best two-way center there is, right? He's one of the best two-way guys that's out there. I mean, you could argue Nikola Vucevic and Miles Turner are 2 of the top 5 centers in the league, right? Like, genuinely. So, because outside of, so you got, Jokic, healthy Joel Embiid, and Anthony Davis. Then after that, it's just kind of like, pick your choice, pick your preference. Miles Turner and Nikola Vucevic are in that conversation somewhere, right? So either of them, I don't think you can go wrong with. But there's still talks about, do they actually want a starting center? Right? Because if you get a Miles Turner, if you get a Nikola Vucevic, those are starting guys. You're not bringing them off the bench. No, you're starting them. So is that the direction the Lakers really want to go? Do they want to go the starting route? Or do they look to bring in guys that maybe you can bring off the bench? Right? Like, do you bring in, could you go get a Nikola Vucevic? Or, Jonas Valanciunas. Sorry, the V's throw me off. Jonas Valanciunas. I still think and kind of maintain he's probably still the most likely. Day'Ron Sharpe, 23 years old, but how tall is Day'Ron Sharpe really? Right? Like, is he 6'9" or is he 6'11"? Right? Depending on who you ask. Clint Capella, right? Lakers supposedly want some flexibility. They want some cap flexibility in the offseason. Capella would give you that, right? Do you maybe go get a Capella and and like Alonzo or something, and then now you have two guys that give you cap flexibility, and if it works, you can keep them, sign them to cheaper deals, and then bring in that other piece or two. Obviously, Capella isn't what he used to be, but he's still one of the better offensive rebounders in the game. He's still a guy that can block shots and protect the rim to an extent. Again, not to the level that he used to be able to, but he's still a good piece. It's just not my ideal scenarios, but they are pieces that do make sense. You kind of go like the upgraded depth route as far as centers go. Do you go kind of the hey, no, we need the star level pieces at the center spot? Where like I'm curious to see which path and which direction the Lakers take as far as the center spot goes, because they do have options, right? It's all going to come down to cost and what will it take to get this guy or that guy, and like there's paths, but how much will it cost? Right? At the end of the day, though, regardless, you got to get Anthony Davis something, right? You got to get him help. You got to get him some relief, right? Jackson Hayes just isn't cutting it. I like Koloko more than Hayes, but Koloko still, I think, needs a year or so to kind of get to where we want him to be. Trey Jamison, I really do hope we give him some opportunity during this week in which we're not going to see Anthony Davis. Like, that would be really nice if we could get Trey Jamison to actually get some run. And just see, again, he's a big physical center, right? Let him play. Let him cook. But again, regardless, we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass question you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea of Trey Jamison, of getting a center regardless? I was going to say Trey Jamison getting run. I was going to add that towards the end. But, do you like the idea of trading for a center? What center is ideal? What center would you prefer? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.